It is Father's Day, June 15th, 2025. Yeah, so we got, some slightly overcast, a little cloudy, a little clear. And we got some sunshine way up there. It's probably 70. It's like a little light breeze. Yeah, so you can see over there we got my grandson and I worked on getting the cover pumped off, and we took it off, and this is what we got here. So I think that looks like fuzzy and crap on the bottom. It doesn't even look like it's, because usually we get the algae on the sides of the pool, on the inside liners right down there, but I think that's just crap that's got to get vacuumed out. Water's really clear. I just threw some shock in. The water I think is 65. That's what the thermometer says. So we're going to get our pump set up here, and then I think we're going to try to vacuum up stuff and see what we get. There we go, that's better. Yeah, and then we gotta finish working on our deck. Okay, so this piece goes on the inside. You can see we keep, because the kids are younger, grandkids are younger, we keep the water level lower so the skimmer doesn't work. So we use our bottom drain. I do need to use that. Actually, we don't use that for the vacuum anymore either. I do something else. And then this, since we don't want water just shooting out in midair, we're going to put this one in. Alright, I have to go get the valve that goes there, the valve that goes there, and some pipe tape. I'll be back. Okay, so this valve goes here, and that goes one end, and then the other end goes to there, so that allows us to transfer between the skimmer and the bottom drain. Okay, so that's our valve that does the bottom drain and the skimmer and goes into our strainer. Now this valve goes this way, and that's between our pump and our filter, and that allows for normal flow, and then we can do a backwash option for our filter. Okay, this valve assembly goes onto there. It says the output filter. So yeah, I guess I'll describe it once I get it set up. Alright, so we got valve in. It goes from the bottom drain or the skimmer into the strainer. From here we can go directly into the filter, or we can go bypass to backwash the filter. Normal filter mode comes out and goes into the pool, or we can go backwards and out. That's how we hook up the vacuum now. We hook it up to that fitting there so we can purge the line of air and then switch this, and then it'll be a suction into our strainer, and then we turn off the bottom drain. So what I've learned last year is that the suction side, since there's so many joints, can suck some air and make captivating in the pump head. So we're going to tighten all the fittings with a ratchet instead of just my grandpa's screwdriver. Well, my dad's screwdriver. Alright, so this valve is set to fill the filter. Filter drain is closed. This is set for the filter discharge to go into the pool. And this vacuum is off. So now we're going to open the bottom drain and we should start filling with some water. Alright, so bottom drain is blue. Here we go. There we go. Self-priming, kind of. Uh-oh. I gotta put the cap on. Is that starting to fill with some water? We're gonna set our timer. We're gonna go half hour on, half hour off. Start at 7:30 in the morning, going because it's like June, so like 8:30 at night, just to keep the water circulating so it doesn't get less algae buildup. Okay, so we got that. Gonna let it fill with some more water. We're gonna start her up, and we're going to switch this to just the pump, which will be through that way without running the filter, because I haven't put earth in the filter yet, but we do want to get the water moving. Since the water is below the skimmer level, we're using the bottom drain to fill that up, and we're just going to touch a couple times to get this to fill up more. Looks like he's starting to get through. Still sucking in a little bit of air from somewhere. Alright, so we're letting the pump work. You can kind of see there's a swirl as it goes in the bottom drain, comes out the filter outlet. We're letting the shock circulate. While we're waiting for that, we're going to put the ladder up on our new deck platform. Okay, there's our ladder. We had bought an extension for the bottom because the deck was up kind of high. So that goes in good. We screw it down and that's ready to use. Let's go get the filter ready to run. That's got to go in here, and we're going to throttle that valve to get the earth into the filter. I thought I had this thing on bypass, but it was going through the filter, so good thing we're doing that. Alright, we got our vacuum in and our hose. It's connected to here. We want this one to be completely off, not bottom drain, not top. And so now it should be completely sucking from vacuum. Let's vacuum. Alright, I did along the edge. I think I'm going to do along the edge going that way because it doesn't have as much crap, and then I'll focus at the end on the stuff in the middle because then I'll probably have to backwash afterwards. Alright, that cleaned up pretty quick. So we had to bump the filter twice, so definitely a lot of crap in the filter now. We're going to take it off the vacuum and just put it on the bottom drain. And then we're going to let that run for a while. We'll have to probably backwash that tomorrow. I'll have to go get more earth diatomaceous first. Okay, this will be going to the full off position. And then this has to go to the full on position. There we go. I think we're going to give it a bump and turn it back to the on. Make sure we're doing good there. We'll disconnect the vacuum. Alright. And I think, well, we got to skim the top with the skimmer, the manual skimmer. Alright, we got most of the crap off the top with our manual skimmer on a pole. We're going to let the pump run. Half hour on, half hour off. And I think we're going to try to fold that up and then have lunch.